This is Morrich Paladin. He's 14.3 and he's only 3 years old the time this video was shot. He's a lovely boy. I'm very, very fond of him. And we're going to get him back today, hopefully. He's never had anybody on his back, but he's had coats and ropes and things thrown over him. But he's been in lockdown since the beginning of the pandemic, so he desperately needs better handling, more handling. This is Yonnie Smith, who's giving me a hand with the ponies, and she's very, very good with them. Very patient with the young stock. And Paladin has never had a bridle on before, and the bit is going into his mouth for the first time. And that's pretty good. Yonnie isn't very tall and Paladin is very tall. So we're going to have to get a new mounting block. She's rightly pleased with herself because she did a good job there. We did a job finding a saddle that would fit him. He's a little bit uneasy about that, but he's been very good for the first time. Yonnie's been out just a couple of times prior to this, so he really is a new boy. Once we get the saddle and bridle on, we can let him have a wander around to get used to it. He's mouthing the bit a lot because he's never had it in his mouth before. And stopped to have a chat with Alder. Alder's actually his full sister, but a bit older. I don't think Yonnie approves of my tying up. Go on, give it a pull, that's it. Now comes the tricky bit. See if he'll take a rider. I do a lot of desensitization, and throwing coats over their backs and ropes and fluttery bits of plastic. But personally I don't ride. Leave that to the youngsters. Getting the horse up to the block is always a problem, and they can very easily get into the habit of swinging their backsides away from the block. And that block is far too short.
Do you want Liz to hold up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. Highlanders need time. They don't respond to force. This is Lewis, who's very good with youngsters. Start by just leaning over the saddle. I use a lot of rewards, but of course he's got the bit in his mouth, so he can't really eat a carrot, but he might have a little nibble. This is quite a good way of leaning over them, get them to take a carrot from the far side, and they rather look forward to being leant over. Poor old boy, he can't get a decent bite. He was bred on the Morrich Stud, a side by Joseph Dean, out of Rydale Grace. That block is definitely too short. Ah, she made it. Well, for a pony that's never had anybody on his back before, that's pretty good. He is pretty good at leading, but everything is strange now. He's got a saddle on, he's got a bridle on, and he's got a rider, all for the first time. I've never had that before. There we go. Plenty of time, nice and gentle. He's 14.3, so that extra inch meant that he couldn't be a stallion. He'd never get passed for a registered Highland stallion, which is a bit of a pity. He's a lovely riding type of Highland. So that's Paladin, 14.3 and a lovely boy. Make somebody a great riding pony.